Hello everyone. So in today's lesson, we are just going to learn one of the important application derivative that is called related rates. So what is the meaning of related rates? So as you know, we can divide variable into two categories. One is called dependent variable, one is called independent variable. Okay, just take the example of area of circle. So as you know, area of circle is pi r square. So if I ask you which one is independent variable, which one is dependent variable, so as you know, area is a function of radius. So r is independent variable and a is dependent variable. And suppose here radius is changing. So suppose radius is changing with 5 centimeter per second. Okay, so radius is changing with time. So this become dr over dt. And now you want to know how area is changing at a particular moment. Okay, suppose you want to know if r equal to 10 centimeter at this moment, I just want to know how area is changing. That is called related rates. So how we are going to solve this problem? So what we have to find? Here we are just going to find dA over dt. Okay, so rate at which area is changing. So now what we are going to do? So since we want to find d over dt, so we have to differentiate a with respect to time. So just differentiate both sides with respect to time. So what we get? dA over dt. Pi is a constant, okay? So no need to do anything with pi. And r square. Since r square we differentiate with respect to time, so we have to apply chain rule. So I'm assuming you know chain rule, okay? So here you will get 2r dr over dt. Okay, now just find d over dt. So you know the value of r, you know the value of dr over dt. Just put the value. So pi 2r is what? 10 centimeter. So just 10 and dr over dt is 5. Okay, if you multiply all these, you will get 100 pi centimeter square per second. So here I'm just going to take one more example. Okay, here I have a ladder that is 10-meter long and it is leaning against a wall. Okay, and and it's sliding down. Okay, so it's sliding down with the rate of 0.5 meter per second. And I want to know how fast bottom is moving. How to solve this kind of problem? So as it is given, so here we have a ladder. Its length is 10 meter and the bottom of the ladder is sliding down. So height is decreasing. So height is decreasing. Suppose I'm saying height is y. So y is decreasing. So you have dy over dt. So at what rate y is decreasing? Since it is decreasing, so we're just going to use negative sign. Okay. So negative 0.5 meter per second. Our task is we have to find how fast x is increasing. So we are just going to find dx over dt. Okay, for a given value of x. Okay, so here you can see we have different value. If x is 1.41, x is 2.81, x is 5.47. Okay, you can take any value. So what is the approach to solve this kind of problem? So first you have to write a relation between x and y. So what kind of relation here we have? So you can see this is this is a right angle triangle. Okay, so you can simply use Pythagorean theorem to write the relation. So here you will get x square plus y square is equal to 10 square, means 100. Now we want to find dx over dt for a given moment. So just differentiate with respect to t. So here we have to apply chain rule. So 2x, because we are differentiating x. X is a different variable, but t is a different variable. So we are differentiating x with respect to t. So we have to use chain rule. So you will get 2x dx over dt plus 2y dy over dt is equal to, so what is the derivative of 100 is equal to 0. So 100 is a constant, so its derivative is 0 with respect to t. Okay, now you want to find dx over dt. So you can rearrange this equation. You can write in this way also. Dx over dt is equal to negative y over x dy over dt. Now you know all the values. So you know y is what? So y, suppose I'm just going to take this example, okay? This case, okay? So y is what? Negative 9.90. X is what? X is 1.41. Dy over dt is negative 0.5. Just put this value in calculator. You will get x equal to dx over dt equal to 0.70 meter per second. So this is your answer. Okay, now we just take some practical example, okay? Means what kind of question ask in exam. So here I have few questions. Okay, so look at the first problem. Suppose the radius of a spherical ball is decreasing at a constant rate and it is 4 inch per minute. At what rate volume of the ball decreasing when the radius is 15 inches? So what is your first step? First, we have to write the relation between volume and radius. We have to write the relation between the variables. Okay, so here I'm just going to write the relation. Okay, so here volume, volume of a sphere is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cube. Okay, this is the relation. Now, what we want to find? We want to find dv over dt. What rate volume of the ball decreasing? Okay, so we want to find dv over dt. So how can we get dv over dt? Just differentiate with respect to time. So dv over dt is equal to 4 over 3 pi. Okay, 4 over 3 pi is a constant, so it's remain as it is. And what is the derivative of r raised to the power 3 with respect to t? So again, we have to apply the chain rule. So 3 r square dr over dt. Now you have all the values. You have to just put the value. So dv over dt is equal to 4 over 3 pi. What is the value of r? So at what rate volume is decreasing when the radius is 15 centimeters? So r is equal to 15. So 3 times 15 square. What is dr over dt? So dr over dt is 4 decreasing at a constant rate. So better put negative 4. Now you just simplify this. So 15 square is 225. 225 times 4 times negative 4. So I have the answer. You can see the answer is 3600 pi inch cube per minute, but you can also multiply, okay? So you will get here 3600 pi inch cube per minute. Okay, here you can see we are getting answer negative, but here we don't, in the answer which we have here, we don't have negative, so it's decreasing. It's already given it's decreasing. Okay, so it's negative sign just indicated it's decreasing. Okay, so no need to confuse by negative sign. Okay, now just move to the next problem. Now just look at the next problem. In second problem, we have a particle moves along the curve 6y is equal to x raised to the power 3 plus 2. Find the point on the curve, find the points on the curve at which y coordinate is changing 8 times as fast as x coordinate. So relation we already have, and what information is given here? So y coordinate changing 8 times as fast as x coordinate means you have dy over dt 8 times of dx over dt. So this relation you have, okay, and we have to find the coordinate, means we have to find the value of x and y. So what is our first approach? Since we have dy over dt means we have this relation, so better to find this relation from this equation also, and means differentiate this equation with respect to t. So 6y is equal to x raised to the power 3 plus 2, get 6 dy over dt. Here we have x raised to the power 3. So again we have to use chain rule because we are differentiating with respect to t. So 3x square dx over dt plus 2. So derivative 2 is with respect to is 0 because 2 is a constant. Okay. What is the value of dy over dt? So it's 8 times dx over dt. So 6 times 8 dx over dt is equal to 3x square dx over dt. You can cancel dx over dt from dx over dt. X square equal to what? X square equal to 6 times 8 is 48 over 3. So this is equal to 16. If you take the square root, you will get x equal to plus minus 4. So we have the value of x. It could be plus 4, it could be minus 4. We have one of the option is means here we have only one answer. Okay, since we have the value of x, now you can find the value y. Just put this value, so just put x equal to 4 and minus 4. So 6y is equal to 4 raised to the power 3 plus 2, or 6y equal to negative 4 raised to the power 3 plus 2. 4 raised to the power 3 is 64 plus 2 it's 66. Here negative 64 plus 2 negative 62. Divide both sides by 6. So y is equal to, you can reduce by 3, so you'll get 22 over, sorry, if you reduce by, no, if you reduce, you can reduce by 6, so simply you will get 11. And here we can reduce by, here we can, so 6 has cancel out. If we reduce by here 2, so you'll get negative 31 over 3. Okay, this answer we have. Okay, so both answer are possible. Okay, here we have only one answer. So point can be 4 comma 11 or negative 4 comma negative 31 over 3. Both answers are possible. Okay, now just move to the next example, means next question. So this problem related to the geometry. So here we have, so sand is pouring from a pipe at the rate of 10 centimeter cube per second. So look at the unit. So it's a 10 centimeter cube per second means we have rate of change in volume. Okay. The sand The falling sand form a cone on the ground in such a way that the height of the cone is always one-sixth of the radius of the base. So it's given means height of the cone always remain one-sixth of the radius of the base. And you have dv over dt. dv over dt is 12 centimeter cube per second. So we have to find how fast height of the sand of cone increasing when the height is 4 centimeter. So first write the relation between variables. So V is equal to, so what is the volume of the cone? So 1 over 3 pi r square h. This is the formula of the volume of cone. Okay, so we have dv over dt and we want to find dh over dt. So how fast height of the sand of the cone increasing? So basically we want to find dh over dt. Okay, we have no idea about dr over dt, so try to replace r. How we can replace r? So this relation is given. Height of the cone is always one-sixth to the radius of the base. So we can replace r with 6h. Okay, so I'm just going to replace r with 6 times of h. So v is equal to 1 over 3 pi 6h square times h. So v equal to 1 over 3 pi is from 36 h square times h. You can reduce 36 with 3, so 12 pi h cube. Now we have dv over dt. We want to find dh over dt. You can simply differentiate both sides with respect to t. So dv over dt 12 pi. Okay, h cube, just differentiate h cube with respect to t. So we have to use chain rule. So 3h square dh over dt. Now just put the value. So dv over dt is what? It's 12. Here we have 12 pi. H is what? H is 4 centimeter. So 3, 4 square dh over dt. Okay, now you can rearrange. If we can cancel something, you cancel out like 12, 12 cancel each other. You'll get dh over dt is equal to 1 over 48 pi. What should be unit? So h unit is centimeter, time is unit is second, so centimeter per second. This answer. So I hope the concept of the related rates change is. So I hope this concept is clear to you. See you next time. Thank you.